Dear students, in this video, we are going to discuss about Kirchhoff's second rule. Second rule is also known as voltage rule and loop theorem. Okay? In this rule, we basically study that if we are going to move around a circuit, then what will be the total change in the potentials, right? So we'll study about that. This rule says that whenever we move along a circuit around any closed loop of a network, the algebraic sum of changes in potentials is actually equal to 0, which means summation dV equals to 0. Or you can say that basically there is no net change in potentials if we are moving along a closed circuit. Okay? So we need to understand this. We need to go into the depth of this. But before that, let me tell you something. A general example from our daily lives. Suppose you are here and you are just going upstairs, and to reach this point, suppose you have to climb some 20 stairs, right? And this is some leveled ground here, okay? And if you want to come down on the same level, okay, then you would have to climb down actually 20 more stairs. You would have to come downstairs and you would have to move along those 20 stairs to come to the same level back here again, isn't it? So yes, this is the key point that you should remember for Kirchhoff's second law, that if we are talking about the same level, see here you can see that when the person was moving upstairs, his height could be taken as plus 20. It was increment in height. And for this discussion, I am supposing the height to be, the height of each step to be same. Okay. So now if it is plus 20, increment in height, so this is minus 20 and overall is making it 0. The same stuff happens in a circuit. Okay. Whatever the changes that happen, once it is an increase, the other time it is a decrease, but overall amount, it actually contributes to 0 potential. So see, how can we understand this? If you have a simple circuit, very simple circuit, this is a point, and of course this point will be having a fixed potential, isn't it? If I view it from here, I'll see that it is having a potential of 10 volts. If someone views it from here, he will see that this point is having a potential difference of 10 volts. So even if you will take a whole round of this whole circuit, this point A will be present at 10 volts only. Let's try this. When you are moving along this circuit from point A and you're coming back here after moving one round to the same point A back again. So when you're moving from A, what you're seeing, this is the negative potential, this is the positive potential. You can figure out that this is lower potential and this is higher potential. So when you're moving from year to year, what you can see? You can see that the potential eventually increases because the bigger line represents higher potential. If there is a potential difference of some 5 volts among these two terminals, so when you're moving from A to B, it will become 15 volts. Okay, and then you are moving and coming back to A again. लेकिन A point क्योंकि same है, तो यहाँ का तो अभी भी 10 volt ही रहना चाहिए. So that means the extra gained volts are somehow lost over here, over this resistance, and some voltage drop has happened across here, and again it has dropped down to 10 volts. So this is the key fact about Kirchhoff's second rule, that whenever you are moving along a circuit, It could be an increase in potential, it could be a decrease in potential, but एक particular point का potential same रहेगा. It means during the journey, if the potentials got increased, if the potentials got decreased, so even then the overall change, the net change in potential is practically equal to zero. And this is Kirchhoff's voltage rule. This is Kirchhoff's loop theorem. Try to get it. One more thing that I need to tell you all over here, that when we were moving from here to here, the potential was increasing. So the change, which is delta V1, it could be taken as positive. But when we were moving, when the current was flowing across this resistor, then the potential was decreasing, and the change that has happened can be taken as delta V2, and it is negative. So you might be thinking why the voltage decreases when the current actually flows from the resistor. So this is my explanation to you. This is the resistor, this is the battery. Okay, now you know that current flows from positive terminal to the negative terminal, right? Like this, and this is some resistor R, and I current is flowing. Now when the current is not flowing, what is the potential difference across the two ends of the resistor? If it is 5 volts, this difference is also 5 volts. But as soon as the current starts flowing, more and more electrons are coming towards this positive terminal. Okay, and now this positive over here no longer remains positive, and more positive I mean, and this negative over here no longer remains more negative. So eventually जो इनके बीच का difference था, okay, वो decrease होता जा रहा है. So that's why we say that potential drop is happening across the resistor. Try to get it. Okay. Now let us consider a complex circuit. Now you can see a complex circuit in front of you. It has 2 sources of EMF and 3 resistors. This is R1, this is R2, this is R3. Okay, now we will try to resolve the amounts of current that are flowing through each part of this circuit. We know that current flows from positive terminal to the negative terminal. So from this source, suppose current I1 flows. I1 flows, okay, and there is some drop here, and suppose I3 current is here, and from this part, suppose I2 current flows from the positive terminal of the battery. Here I1 flows, and from here I2 flows. So when I1 is coming from here, I2 is coming from here, they will both merge and they will together constitute I3. I1 plus I2 will constitute I3, which will flow like this. Okay, and after that some voltage drop happens at R3, and after that, see, if I3 current is flowing here like this, so that I3 will dissociate itself into I1 and I2, so that I1 current returns back to the negative terminal and I2 current return back to the negative terminal of the second battery. So this way we are going to study the currents flowing. After that, because charge can neither be created nor be destroyed, अगर इसके positive terminal से I1 current flow किया तो इसके negative terminal तक I1 ही जाना चाहिए. So that makes sense. So now we will apply Kirchhoff's second rule to loop A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Kirchhoff's second rule says that when you are moving along from a point, okay, and you are traveling a loop and you are coming back to that point, that same point back again, then what are you going to notice? You are going to notice that there is no change in the potential. Okay, so how to go about it? I will start moving from A to B to C to D to E to F and then back to A. So let's see what is going to happen. I have to mark increase in potential by positive and decrease in potential by negative. Remember that. So basically आपको एक और बात रिमेंबर करना है यहाँ पे, दैट इफ यू हैव अ रेजिस्टर हियर एंड दिस इज बैटरी, सो इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फ्लो ऑफ करंट, like if the current is flowing in this direction, then the potential decreases. Like if you're reaching from this point to this point, you're traveling a loop and you're reaching from this point to this point, and if you're moving in the direction of flow of current, then it will amount to decrease in potential. Okay, it will amount to decrease in potential, remember that. So how to go about it? So how to go about it? See, from A to B, if you are moving, there is nothing, no source of EMF, no resistor. From B to C, when you are moving, there is nothing, no resistor, no EMF. But when you are moving from C to D, then what are you noticing? You are noticing a battery first. तो हो क्या रहा है, जब आप A से C तक ऐसे आगे बढ़ रहे हो, तो बैटरी का सबसे पहले आपको पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल एनकाउंटर होता है एंड देन नेगेटिव. सो व्हेन यू आर मूविंग, दैट मीन्स फ्रॉम हायर पोटेंशियल टू मूविंग टू लोअर पोटेंशियल. ओके, सो विच मीन्स द पोटेंशियल डिक्रीजेस. You are moving to this here now, so this is a stage of lower potential, so the potential is decreasing. So that way I am going to write it as minus E2. Got my point? After that, when you are moving from C to D, you encounter a resistor here. Now if you encounter a resistor here, see in which direction the current is flowing. The current is flowing in this direction. So this means this direction is the direction of decrease in potential. This direction is the direction of decrease in potential, right? So that way ये नेगेटिव होता अगर आप यहां से यहां जा रहे होते, बट यू आर मूविंग ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी साइड, यू आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स दिस साइड, right? So when you are moving towards this side, that means this is the direction of increase in potential. So potential है कितना वैसे यहाँ का, current flowing is I2 and the potential drop is I2R2, right? I2R2. So but ये तो increase हो रहा है क्योंकि current के flow की direction में decrease होता है potential. current के flow से contrary जा रहे हो आप. So this is plus I2R2, right? Now when you're moving from D to E, कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे, neither a battery nor a resistor. Then you are moving from E to F, nothing is there. But then you are moving from, see, closed loop, we have chosen this one. We are ignoring this part. So when you are moving from F to A, you will encounter a resistor. So आपने resistor encounter किया. resistor में अब voltage कितना है, I1 R1. लेकिन जिस डायरेक्शन में आप मूव कर रहे हो उसी डायरेक्शन में इस रेजिस्टर से करंट फ्लो कर रहा है, एंड दैट करंट इज I1, isn't it? The direction in which you are moving and the direction in which the current flowing is there, so they are same. And one more thing, we know that when current flows through a resistor, okay, when current flows through a resistor, it decreases the potential. It decreases the potential difference. So that means when you will reach, after traveling from here to here, when you will reach here, your potential automatically has lowered down. So I will be writing it as a decrement in potential, minus I1 R1. And then you will encounter this battery. So this battery, and you will encounter negative terminal first and positive terminal later. तो इसमें क्या होगा कि अगर आपको negative terminal पहले मिला है तो आपको low potential मिला है, लेकिन जब आप A तक वापस जा रहे हो आपको फिर positive potential मिला है, higher potential. तो यहाँ तक पहुँचते पहुँचते आपका potential high हो चुका है. So in that way I am going to write it as plus E1. Okay, and all these changes are equal to 0 because आप A पे वापस आ गए हो, the point from where you started, and you are reaching back to that point again. So the overall changes that have occurred in the path, they are actually equal to contributing to 0. I explained you that when you are climbing up 20 stairs, you are going upstairs and you have climbed up 20 stairs and then you are coming back. So you are moving downstairs 20 steps again. So what is the change in height? Answer is 0, because earlier you experienced plus 20 increment in height, but now you experienced minus 20 decrement in height. So overall change is 0 now when you have reached the ground level. So same thing has happened just here, just now, right? So in that way, let's try to understand what is going to happen. Epsilon 1 minus, you can say E1 minus E2 is equal to minus I2 R2 plus I1 R1. You will notice that your books will have this equation only, right? Your books will teach you this equation only, and they will teach you that they'll confuse you about R1 and R2 basically. They'll tell you that the current flowing, if the current flowing in one particular direction is the same direction along which we are traversing the loop, then take it as positive. I will suggest you to abandon those conventions. Reason, I'll tell you the reason. Ab normal logic se chalo. Right? Normal logic says that when the potential shows you increment, use positive sign. When potential shows you decrement, use negative sign. It's as simple as that. So here what you have understood? You have understood that this is Kirchhoff's law when applied to this loop. Right? You can use any other loop to apply the Kirchhoff's law. Like if I choose a loop B, E, F, A, B. Okay. Or I can choose the loop B, E, D, C, B, right? So that way I'll give you a task to choose one loop B, E, D, C, B, and then you can choose a loop A, F, E, B, A. These two separate loops, and try to apply Kirchhoff's second rule in these. And I'll give you the proof for this also, reason for this also. Basically, hota kya hai ki you know that electrostatic forces are conservative in nature. Point number 1. So, if initial and final point is same, practically no work is done. Okay, so the same thing is happening over here. When no work is done, so work done is 0. Work done is 0 means potential is 0, because potential is work done upon charge only, no? So when you are starting from some point and reaching at the same point, the overall changes that have occurred in the path are actually contributing to 0. Okay, so this is Kirchhoff's second law, and this supports the law of conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. जब work done ही 0 हो जाएगा यहाँ पे, because electrostatic forces are conservative in nature.